My name's Glenn Vilppu. This is the second of the drawing sessions. Now, I think after your first one, you got a little bit of insight, and hopefully you did the drawings over again to take and see how it goes, but feel the flow of the drawing. Good luck. Okay, before we get started here, what I'm drawing is a Faber-Castell Polychromo Sanguine, Royal Sanguine. Basically my favorite pencil. Okay, now the quick pose. I'm still taking and draw very, very slow and deliberate. Coming through, leading the eye, going across the form, coming through, feeling the action, thinking anatomy. Again, okay, the figure, the leg is stretching. Pulling down. Now, the other side, we get a bent leg, so I've been more going over the form, show the direction and space. Through. In general, I will take and be more concerned with the torso, add arms later. Through, come down. Okay. Now, even though these are quick poses, notice I don't draw really fast. I'm not moving my hand all that quickly. I'm just trying to feel the action. I don't really concern myself whether it's taking and looking like a finished drawing. All I'm interested in is the action. Through. Lead the eye through, feeling a twist, and drawing that twist and actually drawing lines that don't exist on the model. What I want to do is feel the action of the pose rather than duplicate shapes. Through. And go across the form. I want to feel the pecs coming across, feel the clavicle pulling over. So as time permits, I will take and start to add more anatomical points. Okay. Now, one of the things that take into consideration when I'm drawing, particularly action poses, but there's a model. Models can't hold action poses forever. So what I will do is I will actually adjust. I would change poses to make them feel more like there's action to it. Now this one's pretty good. This model, the drawings that we have, poses that we have here are pretty active. So you can feel, but I will take in more concern with showing, now this doesn't look right with just that leg coming out of his rear end, so I change it. So no compulsion about adjusting the pose if it doesn't make any sense visually. So they come through. Think of the volume, rib cage underneath it. I draw through forms. Think of the pelvis coming across, going across the sacrum, feel the buttocks, and we're going down. Okay. I'm over indicating direction and space. Feel the tension. Now here, feeling the pull of the neck into the back. Coming down, feel the pull coming across the shoulders. Here, I feel the arm is out. This is going down in space. Pull over, through. Follow the line, follow the form. I actually draw considerably faster with the pen and generally on a little bit smaller scale. So now I'm going to feel the pinching of the leg, pelvis, rib cage is going down, across. Okay? Now, over, slight twisting in the head, the neck, across, feel the pull, feel the pelvis going across. Feel the stretching of that leg, pulling back. Through. Leg coming down, through. We'll pull across the shoulders. The arm is going out. Head feels a bit small there, okay? And thinking the other arm is coming back, so I go across over the surface of the form, pulling it back, dropping down. Feel the rib cage inside, go from one side of the form to the other. Feel the pinch, across, build the scapula in, feel the deltoid coming through. Okay, now, through, feel the pull, feeling through. Now, when I'm drawing that line, it's not, in this case, it is pretty much the spine, but I really, often the line is not always a anatomical line that I'm drawing. It's a gestural line. And going through, crossed. Feel the pull, give it a little bit more volume to that head. Feel the trapezius pulling off, going over to the shoulder. In, the arm going across, up, through. Arms pulling all the way over. Now, as I go back into this, I want to feel that pelvis is fitting in, really pushing the pinch. That's really the gesture. Feeling the pinch across the scapula coming through. And so I'm always drawing anatomy, but I want at the same time, I want to feel the pull, feel the ribcage pushing out. Feel the sacrospinatus coming across, the buttocks dropping, and here I would change, push the pinch, push where the pressure is, figures coming across, down, through. Coming back, the leg is actually coming back, so go over the surface, pulling down. Fitting in, through, the foot's turned, stretching of the neck. The figure is actually twisting. I'm going to feel the pull around, dropping down, lifting up, arm going back, down. I'm feeling going over the surface, going through, now pulling around that pelvis, coming across, the leg is moving up, going over the surface, feeling the pull, lifting, coming back down, going over the surface, through. The other leg is coming across and back up, behind. Now feel the pinch coming through. Clavicle lifting up. We think of the end of the shoulder, cylinder form. Across. The other end, feel the pull of the pecs. Think of the rib cage underneath. The arm is coming down, or across, pulling out. Through. Okay, the foot heels off the ground. So we need to feel pulling across, the other leg behind, coming through, going over the surface, back down, in. So here I want to emphasize the pinch, 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 pecs, pulling across. Pull. Feel the pinch at the back of the neck. Feel the trapezius coming down and going over, through. Arm going back in. Okay. Through. Again, feel the neck, turn, pull, change in direction, so don't want to carry that line, pulling all the way, think of the rib cage, across, going across over the pelvis, pull through. Ideally, your drawing should look more like what the figure is doing than the model itself does. You're trying to clarify, across. Here I would change the angle of that to give it a little bit more of an angle so you can see the gesture a little bit clearer. Coming across. You don't have to draw things the way you actually see them. We take and draw the action that is also more clearly shows the angle that more clearly shows the action. Okay, so come across, over. Feel the scapula coming across, going through, back, push over, back, trapezius coming down to scapula, in. Feel the muscles pulling off of the rib cage, and I would emphasize the spine, pushing in, pick up the sacrospinalis as they come through, go across the sacrum. Feel the pull, the rib cage underneath. Feel the external oblique as it comes down. And pulling the buttocks here, take and come across. Feel the abductors down at the end of the knee. So you can see I've changed the angle of the foot so that it's not quite such an extreme angle, or the leg actually changed. Come through. And feel where the trochanter is coming in, going over, fill. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just sort of thinking of my space here to put it on the page. Okay, now, up, through, going around, always going around. Feel the stretch. Head, pull across from the neck into the rib cage. Coming down, the figure is taking and actually leaning in space. So I'm pushing down, feeling dropping as we come through. At the same time, then trying to get that across, I would be picking up the shoulder, arm going back in space. It's a little bit extreme there, coming through. The other arm is taking and dropping through. Cross. Feel pelvis in the way, following the eye, lead the eye through the figure. Okay, feel the knees taking and coming across. Now, we've got here, I'm taking and picking up the sacrum in the back and try to feel the turn of the rib cage, feeling the tension. You feel the pushing down of the rib cage. You feel the compression that's taking place. Feel the build. Then come over the out, around, down, pull through, right, over the surface, in. So every line I put down is trying to communicate something that is going to assist the actual action of the figure. Through, deltoid coming across, through. Now, here I'm going to really feel this pushing up, in, through. Now, okay. Now, as I go through, head, turned. Now, it's a little tricky here in that he's taking and really turning towards us. So right away, I want to be going across the form, this direction, and then he's turning. So I'm doing this as I go over that surface. Feel the rib cage inside. So we're getting a pinching. So I'm taking it right away. I'm working to a cylindrical type of form, one fitting into an or spherical type form, fitting in, pelvis coming through, leg is going, turning away from us, going in. Okay, feel at the same time here, I can take and go over this, and when I'm drawing, I draw the figure as if you just made out of glass. Draw it right over, through, and around. Okay, the knee, leg is coming down. Feel that stretching, going back. The other leg is taking, and here I emphasize the pinch. Feel the pull, stretching back, across, follow through. I use a lot of the natural rhythm of the figure because you can see here as I'm going from the abductors into here, into the gastrocnemius, calf, and building that rhythm within the form. Now here I'm going to take and come back in. I want to push the center going in. And even though we don't see much of it, I'm going to push the scapula on the other side. And then in other words, I'm creating the pinch. I want to create the tension of these forms. And I'll come through, push, compressing, and then take and coming around through and deal the triceps, into the ulna, deltoid, come down the brachioradialis, as it comes through. Okay. Now, 5 minutes, don't do any different. Through. Slow down a little bit. But I'm still going through the drawing exactly the same way I want to feel. Now here, as I'm drawing that neck, I'm actually going into the spine and the back, which I can't see. And I'm feeling the pull, and I'm coming across. I'm using lines that help me to move the eye through the figure. Now he's twisting, so I'm going to actually come in and draw a line that shows a twist. That line doesn't really exist in what we're looking at. So then the leg is coming through, going across, down, through. The other leg is going down and back here. The arm is raised up, going through, it's coming out towards us, cross, come back in. The other side is lifting up and coming through, going back down. Now, here I take and start with the little bit more time, giving us a direction here. And I'm picking up the pit of the neck. And from here now, I'm taking and drawing the rib cage, containing one side into the other. Going over the surface, think of the center, think of the bottom of the 10th rib. We can feel now the pelvis is taking and really pushing up. So we can feel it coming across that form, pulling down, through. You can feel as we're coming back through here now, you can feel this pull. The other buttocks is pinched. You've got really taking and going over that surface. This leg, now he's really got a huge upper leg. Really going over the surface, direction, space, back down. Feel use the biceps of the femur and the semimembranous and tenuous is like corners of a box to show the direction. Through. Foot. The other leg is coming back, going over the surface. And constantly going from one side to the other. I take and create contours with form rather than copying contours. Through. Heels off the ground. Now, you can really feel these large pecs coming off the clavicle, going over, deltoids raised up. Feel the latissimus coming off the back, going through. And this is a cylinder. And as you develop your skill with your understanding the anatomy, you can take and very quickly block in bits and pieces of anatomy as you're doing the drawing. But first, you start with very, very, very simple volumes. Feel the pull coming across. Feel the trapezius from behind. Here we can feel the pull from the neck coming across. Deltoid going down. And I would take in right just a little bit more of the sense of the stretching. Now we can pull back down. Feel the arm going in, going across the surface, pull down, through, going in. So now to make that action, I need to go back, and I'm going to push this stronger. I'm going to make that rib cage come out more, pull the stomach a bit more, come through, feel a bit more scale to the head. I can take and draw a little bit more here. Now, so I want to feel the pull, pinch, stretching across the form. So try to look for corners. Pull through, going over the surface, in, through. Picking up the solus, the gastrocnemius underneath, and pull. Notice I'm not paying much attention to the light. I will use the light here. I'm using a cast shadow that doesn't actually exist there as a means of taking and showing the roundness of the form. Constantly taking and adjusting. Here we can give a little bit of the expression. Not much. Pull. Okay, start. Through. Now here, really feel the figures. Down. Through. Pelvis. Round. Leg is going up, dropping down. The knee is coming out towards us. So we take and go across and around the form as it heads back in. Feel the flow. It's come through. Shoulder is being pushed up. Down, arm is going back in. Down. The other shoulder is up high, coming across. Through, down, the hand. So now, from here, taking and really focusing on the rib cage underneath. One side to the other. And really feel the pressure that's being created. So we go through and think of the thoracic arch. Across, you can feel navel. Now we're dropping down. So there I'm using tone to show the change in what's happening here. The pelvis at this point, we feel the sag in here. And the other side, I'm taking be emphasizing, trying to think of the compression. And we come through, pull, buttocks coming from behind, coming down, compression, fitting in, going over that surface, around, form, through. Feel the shape come across the condyles, coming in, into the ulna, coming across the form, pull, in, through, over, shin, crossed, feel. Now, build pecs coming across, over to the arm, feel the trapezius behind. I guess I should take and do a little bit more with that head. Feel come through. Yeah. Get across. Now, you can feel the end of the shoulder is really a cylindrical form, trapezius, I should say, the clavicle is going across, coming up, scapula is coming in. Feel the triceps back. Now as the pecs pull across, over, we can feel the overlapping of the forms. They come through. Deltoids going back in, go over the surface, through, in, down. One side to the other. Okay. Here we're coming forward, through. Clavicle is taking and lifting up, S curve. Trapezius is coming across, through. Deltoids coming all the way in, where we can feel the choroid process. The pecs are picking up, going in. And a bit fuller in here, short-changing him a bit there. We need to come across with thinking of the leg and coming up. We'll cross the condyles. Coming through, feel the elbow, triceps behind, over biceps brachioradialis coming through. Feel the sharpness of the wrist coming over, it's sitting on the leg, coming over, through, hand, fingers coming out. I'm not spending too much time, a short pose for that. Through, build, through, round, through. We're not seeing the foot there. I would probably add something. Feel like pushing down. Again, the pecs building up. Feel the sternocleidomastoid coming across to behind the ear. Cylinder of the neck underneath. And I could take and do a bit more with that head. Feel the cheekbones coming through. Shape of the hair will help to show a little bit of the volume. Now, you want to feel in here, we're actually getting the trapezius behind, coming through, pull, feel in. Okay. Now that you've gone through and watched me doing these drawings, it's not magic, it's practice. It takes time, we have fun doing it again and again and again. This is a whole world of art that's available through the New Masters Academy. Just click on that button and go to the New Masters Academy and begin a lifetime of education that would continually be opening up in front of you as you're taking and going through all of these lessons that we present to you.